Chris Rushworth took 6 wickets and Scott Borthwick blazed 117, the best score of his career, as Durham moved miles ahead of Derbyshire on the second day of their LV County Championship match at the Emirates Durham International Cricket Ground. The visitors resumed in their first innings on 15 for 1, 238 runs behind their hosts, but they soon found themselves in a real hole. Rushworth bowled Richard Johnson with the day's 4th ball. Wayne Madsen followed in the next over with a fine glance to Phil Mustard off Callum Thorpe. Then, after a brief respite, Wes Durston nicked Rushworth behind after making 16, to be quickly followed by Dan Redfern, who guided Thorpe to Gareth Breeze in the slips. That left Derbyshire on 47 for 5, and 4 runs later they were 6 down when Tom Poynter nicked a drive off Mark Wood behind. Derbyshire have been here too many times before this season. Not even Shivnarine Chanderpaul could stop the rot, as he gave Rushworth his 4th wicket with a nick to Mustard. And 2 balls later, would you believe, it was 69 for 8, as John Clare smacked Rushworth to Will Smith to give the bowler, due to be replaced by Graham Onions if he doesn't make the final 11 at Trent Bridge, the 5th 5-wicket haul of his career. Derbyshire were still some way away from the score of 104, the one they needed to reach to avoid the follow-on. At last, some kind of partnership was then developed by David Wainwright and Tim Groenewald, who added 25 runs for the 9th wicket. But Groenewald then uppercut Wood to Ben Stokes after making 17, and now Derbyshire were 9 down with only 94 runs on the board. So it was left to last man Mark Foote to ensure that Durham would bat next. In 5 balls he blasted 4 boundaries, memories of Capel Dev hitting Eddie Hemmings for 4 sixes to avoid a follow-on many a moon ago. That took the visitors to 113. And that's where their innings ended, when Rushworth bowled Foote to end with the superb figures of 6 for 64, the hitting from Foote preventing him from recording his best ever figures. So Durham did bat again with a lead of 140 on first innings. They'd added 22 to that when Mark Stoneman picked the wrong ball from Groenewald to leave alone and was given out LBW. But that brought in Borthwick, who soon took this game right away from Derbyshire, a side who were locked firmly at the foot of the First Division table. And if they have many more days like this one, that's exactly where they'll stay. Borthwick was in brilliant form. His promotion to number 3 this summer has served him so well, and he's now batting with a lot of confidence. He wasted no time at all in getting on with things, producing some delightful shots along the way. He's rapidly gone from a bowling all-rounder to a batting one this summer, and here he raced to a 50 off only 48 balls. He was making batting look rather easy against a team whose heads had fallen a little after their batting frailties in the morning. For the second day running, Keaton Jennings batted like an old-fashioned opener. He waited for the bad ball and took it on when he could. He just missed out on a maiden championship 100 on day 1, but with so much time still left in this match, he could afford to take his time in getting to 3 figures this time around. Although bottom of the table, having lost 5 of their first 8 games, Derbyshire have rarely been completely outplayed, as they were being here. They would have hoped to have picked up some confidence from a good start in this season's T20, but that was not in evidence here, as they were being completely outplayed by a side who have real chances of regaining the title they last held in 2009. Indeed, a win here is likely to put them into 2nd place, and Borthwick's brilliance was giving them every chance. Alas, we don't have the 6 which took him to his 2nd century of the season, which had used up only 117 deliveries, but we can show you the pull which carried Jennings to his 2nd 50 in as many days. His partnership with Borthwick was worth 178 in 50 overs and was ended shortly before the end of the day, when the latter was leg before to Redfern for a career best 117. It really was some knock. Will Smith then ensured that Derbyshire didn't end the day on a high. He and Jennings carried the total to beyond 200, and with that their side were pretty much out of sight. There are still 2 days of this match left, although unless Derbyshire show vast improvement, something they are certainly capable of, they won't be needed. With Jennings on a patient 65 made off 175 balls, Durham will resume on the third morning on 208 for 2, which already puts them a massive 348 runs ahead.